So starting by creating a new web application and giving it a name, we'll call it the Project Planner application. We can choose a UI for our application. We're going to go with the Oracle application look and feel. And we're going to create two sections for this. The first one would be projects, and the second section would be more info. This translates into those top level menu objects. Click finish, and this would take you into the visual editor that Oracle Application Builder Cloud Service provides. So here we're going to drop a table onto the page, and we're going to create a new business object for this one, and we'll call it the project object. We're going to add a few fields, so there's going to be a project name. This is a character field. There's the budget for this project. For this one, we'll choose the currency format. And there's the due date, which of course would be a date. And then when we click next, all of those options are on by default, and we are just going to allow you to edit the project if you click on the project name. So this becomes a link now. Over here, we're going to enable you to have a basic filter on your projects, and then we're going to click finish. Now we can click run to run our application and start to put in some data. For example, we can add a holiday party with a budget of $500 that needs to be done by a specific date. Okay. So now we have this data, and we can edit it, go to the details, or even delete it, or we can just click here to get to the more information and edit the project. Let's click the back, and we're going to see how to modify the page and change the layout and add a column. So we're going to pick up this two column layout and drop it on the page, and then move the fields into the left side here. Okay, so those are the existing fields. In parallel, we can add another field, the text area, over to the right, okay, and have a remarks field like that. And we can even change the position so it would be on top in terms of the title. Right, if we now run this, we can start to add some remarks to our party. So for example, like that. Okay, so this basically now saves the data. Right, next we're going to see how to add a master detail or a parent-child relationship. First, we're going to drop on the page a tab component, like that. And we're going to click the first tab and name it tasks. Click the second tab and name it, for example, costs. And we can click the third tab and actually remove it. Okay, so we're back on the tasks page. And what we're going to do here is drop another table, like that. Going to add a new business object, and we're going to call this one the tasks business object. And the fields for this business object are going to be task and the cost of the task, which is again a currency field, and we're also going to have an owner. And the owner is going to be a lookup of owners for specific tasks. So we're going to define a new lookup, and for example, we can have here David and add another value for Jane and another value for Jack, like this. Okay, we can actually click finish here, right, and run the application now. So now we can start adding tasks for the holiday party. For example, maybe we want to get balloons, and we have $30 for this, and we're going to give this task to David, like that. Okay. We can add another entry. For example, we need someone to order catering, so we'll have something to it. This is $100, and the owner for this is actually Jack, like that. So far we worked directly from the UI editor, and we created this little application. Okay. In addition, you can also work from the data designer, and over here you can, for example, look at the business services that you created. Okay, so you have the project, the tasks, and the owners. If you go to the projects and you click on fields, you can add a new field. Okay, and let's call this field the expenses field. This is going to be a currency field. And clicking on the little pencil allows us to define that this is a field that aggregates data from related objects. For example, from the tasks, we're going to calculate the total of the cost of the tasks for this party or for this project. Click Save, save the data, and let's go back to our page designer. Okay, and now we can add, for example, some charts to our page. So we can add a gauge component over here and say that the gauge component is going to show us the expenses on a range from 0 to the budget that we have allocated for this party, like that. Also in the costs tab, we can add, for example, a chart, like that. Let's add a donut chart where we choose to show the tasks and show their cost with each task having a different color, like that. Right, let's run our finished application. You can see information visually. Can add another expense. For example, maybe we need to create musical playlist, which is something we have $20 to spend on iTunes for. Give it to Jane, save and close, and we can see the progression of our expenses as well as the new breakdown of our costs over here. So this is a very quick review of how to build an ABCS application.